Here in America, one of the great freedoms that we've provided that aren't so present in a lot of other nations is the freedom of press, the freedom of media, the freedom to report what we think should be reported. Now, over the past 2 decades, we've witnessed some of the most iconic moments in politics. With these moments came a lot of controversy: the Iraqi War, the first black president, and Donald Trump. But as time goes by, the press begins to take advantage of the freedom that they once had. They begin to exclusively report on issues that they want to, and they report them in ways that they feel as though will get their point across. Now, in mainstream media, there tend to be 2 dominant narratives: conservatives and liberals. Networks like Fox tend to be more on the conservative side, while networks like MSNBC tend to be more on the liberal side. There are, of course, other media outlets in America, but the reporters and the analysts tend to have a bit more of extremist views. But that's for another day. Today, we're going to be discussing how the media bias can affect the average American views on political leaders. To start, we're going to speak on how the media uses the power they have to sway the public's outlook in negative lights. A perfect example of this in recent time has been the coverage of Donald Trump. Representative Lamar Smith, founder of the House Media Fairness Caucus, reported that 91% of Trump's campaign coverage has been negative. Now, most presidents do receive some sort of negative feedback when they first get in office, but Trump's has been overwhelming. According to Gallup, his approval ratings have reached a new low of 38%, the lowest of any president in recent times. Now, Trump is the only politician to take on an onslaught of negative press. Mitt Romney during the 2012 presidential campaign received overwhelmingly negative coverage. According to Pew Research, 71% of Romney's coverage on MSNBC had a negative tone, and Romney lost by a large margin. This goes to show just how much of an impact the media can have on the public's outlook. Now, the media isn't all bad. As a matter of fact, the media can also portray certain people as heroes. The Obama administration had moved America socially a tremendous amount, and the media gave him plenty of praise for that in 2012 when he was running against Romney. The same way Romney had a negative bias against him, Obama had a positive one for himself. Compared to Romney, on MSNBC, Obama had 64% less negative press. This exposes a different kind of bias the press can go off. Not only can they illustrate someone as an inadequate leader, but they can also make other politicians look like astounding ones. Now, this all ties together eventually. The press doesn't just make one individual look good and another look bad for laughs. They have some serious sway on the outcome of elections. A good example is Obama versus Romney. Obama received 5 million more general positive vote. Yet there are always some oddities. For example, Trump has won the presidential election in 2016, although the media bias was obviously against him. But I have a theory for this. I think the main cause of this was the amount of headlines on Trump and everything he did. During the Trump audio tape scandals, ABC, NBC, and CBS covered Trump scandals for 4 hours and 13 minutes, but only spent 36 minutes covering Clinton's email scandals during the same period. Trump was exposed to many more voters, and with the amount of attention he received, this could have been an unintentional side effect. All in all, media bias is an issue, so keep in mind that not everything you read online or see on TV is straight news. Freedom of press is what used to make America special, and if we can learn to make good on what we've taken advantage of, this can be what makes America great.